Hey guys, what is going on out there in the YouTube fragrance world? My name is Elliot. I want to welcome you back to another episode of The Fragrance Well. Today's topic is formal scents. Formal scents where you want to stand out. Yeah, we're not talking about safe wearing fragrances today. We're talking about fragrances that are elegant, deep, alluring, interesting, well put together, and also go better with a guy dressed up in a nice suit. Yeah, we're going to talk about him right now. Alright guys, let's get into it. Like I said, formal scents. Things like weddings, dinner parties, work events, formal occasions where you want to dress up. And also, you want your fragrance to impress. Yeah, we're going to talk about some right now. First one is coming from the house of Parfums de Marly. This is Haltane. Parfums de Marly Haltane. The latest male release from the house, and I think it is an excellent, sophisticated fragrance. Yeah, this one has a little bit of aromatic touch to it and some woodiness and a touch of sweetness. Haltane features the notes of clary sage, lavender, bergamot, saffron, praline, cedarwood, elderwood, musk, oud, patchouli, leather, and vetiver. Definitely a scent that is meant to impress. It is a high quality, sophisticated scent, very nice woody scent. Little bit of a similarity to Initio's Oud for Greatness, but has a slightly more masculine leaning edge where Oud for Greatness is kind of straight down the middle in terms of being unisex. Like I said, great woodiness to this fragrance, just a touch of sweetness, very high class fragrance, great for formal occasions. Doesn't take a lot of sprays to pull it off either. Definitely will get the job done if you want to stand out at a formal occasion. Parfums de Marly's Haltane. Okay, and this next one is coming from a house that just breeds elegance and luxury. This is coming from Roja Parfums. This is Danger pour Homme. Danger pour Homme, this is the Parfum concentration. It does also come in the Parfum cologne, and that one would probably work as well. Don't have the best cap on this, it just spins freely. Danger pour Homme you're going to find to be somewhat powdery but very spicy and woody in particular. Some of the featured notes are lavender, lemon, bergamot, tarragon, jasmine, lily of the valley, violet, patchouli, tonka bean, ambergris, leather, vanilla, and rhubarb. Just like most Roja fragrances, they list a ton of notes, so I obviously didn't go through all of them. I just pointed out a few, but like I said, off the top, this one's going to be very aromatic, but very spicy, and as it dries down, it gets a lot woodier as well, and it kind of stays slightly powdery throughout the life of the fragrance, but you wouldn't consider it a powdery scent. It just has powdery touches to it. The spice in it is kind of a fresher spice, so that's kind of lends to that powdery nature of it. Very high classy fragrance, as you would expect from a Roja Parfums fragrance. Great for formal occasions. This fragrance here is just beautiful. It's not one that's talked about as much as some of the other ones in this particular line, but this is a great one. It'll definitely get the job done. Doesn't take a lot of sprays. Definitely people will like it. It smells pleasant, very masculine smelling. Great for formal occasions. Roja, Danger, Parfum pour Homme. I think the Parfum cologne would work as well, but I do think this is the superior offering. Alright, so this next one is going to be coming from the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This is one of my favorites from the house. Grand Soir. Grand Soir from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. This one is all about sweet, vanillic, resinous amber. Very high classy fragrance, great for this type of occasion. It features Spanish labdanum, benzoin siam, vanilla, amber, and Brazilian tonka bean. So like I said, this one's very sweet, very vanillic, and very ambery. So if your formal occasion happens to be an outdoor event and it's a little bit cooler out, this would be a good one to go for. Do not wear this at a formal occasion. If it is hot outside, it's going to be just too sweet and a little too much. But that being said, if it's an indoor occasion that's well air conditioned, this one will definitely get the job done. Beautiful scent, very alluring, very warm, and just a really high class scent that I think would be great for formal occasions. Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Grand Soir, beautiful fragrance. Check it out if you haven't. Not blind buy safe. Do not blind buy this. I think some people blind buy this and they don't know what they're getting. This one definitely want to check out first. If you like amber and you like vanillic touches with amber, you'll like this one. All right, let's keep it going and let's keep it classy with this great classy fragrance from the house of Dior. Dior Homme Intense. Absolutely love this stuff. Great offering, great choice for a formal occasion. All about the deep, rich makeup, lipsticky iris. which, you know, doesn't sound appealing, but if you like iris, you know about it. It's just great. It's just really good and has a nice chocolatey undertone to it as well. Features the notes of Iris Absolute, Ambret Seed, and Virginia Cedar. This fragrance just screams class and elegance. It's great for a formal occasion. It will get the job done. You don't need a whole lot of sprays. I've actually worn it to a couple of formal occasions myself, and I always feel like that's just the proper environment for this type of scent. Granted, you can wear this at other times, but I think it shines when you have on a suit or when you're dressed nicely and it's a more formal style of occasion and not just a kind of a hanging night out. That being said, you can wear it then too, but it shines in these kind of occasions. It shines when you have on a suit or when you're dressed up a bit. Dior Homme Intense, great classy fragrance, great for formal occasions. All right, and I've got one more iris fragrance for this list. I do think iris fragrances of this style lend to formal occasions. This is coming from the house of Givenchy. This is Gentleman, the Eau de Parfum in particular. Another great kind of makeup-y iris fragrance, but this one has more vanillic touches to it. So it's a little bit different take on an iris fragrance of this style versus the Dior Homme Intense, which is a little bit more of a chocolatey take in my opinion. This one has black pepper, lavender, tolu balm, iris, paleta, patchouli, and vanilla. Beautiful offering from this house, the one that kind of took the Gentleman line from Givenchy to another level. Beautiful fragrance. It is so good. I love the vanillic touches to it, and it is great for formal occasions. You know, thing about fragrances like this is they can be hard to wear for a lot of different events just because they don't really make sense, man. They're kind of designed to be classy fragrances when you're dressed up a little bit more formal events. Check this one out if you haven't already. Like I said, a bit more of a vanillic take on an iris powdery, lipsticky kind of fragrance. Gentleman Eau de Parfum, it'll get the job done. All right, so the next one's gonna be coming from the house of Xerjoff, another one that is tried and tested by me, definitely works in formal environments. This is Alexandria II. Alexandria II, very popular fragrance from the house, and I think it's great for this list, and I absolutely love this scent. Definitely one of my top 10. Very oriental, a little bit sweet, and a little bit woody, and some spices as well. This one features notes of lavender, rosewood, apple, cinnamon, Bulgarian rose, cedarwood, lily of the valley, amber, Laotian oud, sandalwood, Thai oud, vanilla, and musk. Like I said, a little bit of sweetness, but very woody and very oriental smelling. Just smells very classy, very elegant, very alluring, and it's gonna be a little bit different than what your typical person would probably wear if they're wearing a fragrance to a formal event. You'll definitely stand out, and you will definitely be pleasing to the olfactive senses of those around you. Alexandria II from Xerjoff, great fragrance in general, but also will do well in a formal occasion. Okay, now you cannot talk formal scents without talking about a few Amouages, one of the classiest fragrance brands out there in my opinion, and also ones that you will definitely stand out. This is coming from the house of Amouage once again. This is Journeyman, one of my favorites. Frankly, I think there's plenty from this house that can go into this list, but I'm only going to feature this one and the next one coming up. But yeah, Journeyman, very spicy, tobacco forward fragrance. This one is just awesome. It's a beautiful fragrance and will definitely be great for a list like this. Some of the featured notes are Sichuan pepper, cardamom, neroli, juniper berry, frankincense, tobacco, ambroxan, leather, and tonka bean. Again, this one is all about the tobacco and the spices. It's just a pleasant smelling fragrance, very high class, very elegant. It's not a ridiculously overbearing spice. It's very well balanced. Great for if you're dressing up, and also, honestly, you can wear this one if you're dressed a little bit more casually for the formal scent as well. So this one, I'd say you have actually a little bit more wiggle room than maybe some of these on this list, but just a beautiful fragrance. And like I said, just the house in general, I think has so many offerings that would be great for formal occasions. But this one is one of my favorites. Journeyman from Amouage, great formal occasion scent. All right, and this next one, as I said before, is also coming from the house of Amouage. Very rich, deep, elegant scent. This is Interlude Man, also known as the Blue Beast. The depth and smokiness of this one will definitely make you stand out, and I think is definitely a very high class scent. Great for a formal occasion if you are dressing it up. Features oregano, pimento, bergamot, frankincense of Papanax, cistus, amber, oud, leather, patchouli, and sandalwood. Little bit aromatic on the opening, but it's all about the smokiness and the leatheriness with this one. It's not animalic at all. It's just very rich, very deep, and like I said, very smoky. It's a great scent, very elegant. Definitely will have you standing out in a good way, in my opinion. Great for formal scents, and you know, this one's kind of hard to wear outside of an occasion where you might be dressed up or you really want to stand out. So it's not necessarily a casual wear, which is why it's great for this list. Interlude Man, check it out if you haven't. Love the smokiness and leatheriness of this one. Awesome formal fragrance. Alright, so the next one is going to be a cheap offering, but also a very elegant fragrance, and it does not come off as cheap, coming from the house of Bentley. Bentley for Men Intense. Definitely an elegant fragrance. Love the smell of this one. Perfect for this style of fragrance, for an elegant fragrance. You're gonna get a little bit of spice with this one, but you're primarily gonna feature leatheriness and woodiness with this one. Listed notes are black pepper, frankincense, African geranium, leather, clary sage, labdanum, patchouli, cedarwood, and sandalwood. This is just such a classy, well done scent. Definitely not something you would expect from a car manufacturer of fragrances, but I just gotta be honest, the car manufacturers that make fragrances and hit it out of the park, they hit it out of the park very well. But this style of fragrance in particular is just not something you would think would be such a hit, and those who, you know, actually like the style of DNA that it is. But yes, very elegant, very classy style of fragrance, perfect for formal occasions. Bentley for Men Intense, check it out if you haven't. And last but not least, this one's gonna be coming from the house of Cartier. This is Pasha de Cartier, the Parfum concentration. I believe this is the latest iteration in the Pasha series. This one's gonna be slightly boozy, but very sweet, a little bit resinous, a little bit ambery, and slightly spicy. Listed notes are sandalwood, balsamic notes, amber, and patchouli. This fragrance right here, it's just so good. It just screams class and elegance. Cartier being known to put out very classy men's fragrances, and this one does not disappoint. It's just a little bit modernized with a touch of more sweetness, and like I said, there's some boozy notes even though they're not listed. There's a little bit of a sweet booziness to this fragrance to just elevate it just a little bit more. Great classy scent, definitely would work for formal occasions. I'm gonna smell it again. It just smells so good. This is just a great offering from this house, and I think it should be talked about a lot more. In my opinion, this one is by far the best from the Pasha de Cartier line. For a while, you couldn't really find it on discounters, but I tend to see it more often now, so I think some of that hype has died down just a little bit, so should be a little bit easier to get your hands on a bottle of this if you really want to check this one out. Pasha de Cartier Parfum, great formal scent. Okay guys, that is it. That's gonna do it for this list. That was 10 formal scents. Great for formal occasions like weddings, dinner parties, work occasions, whatever you need to get a little bit more dressed up for. Not job interviews though. Do not wear these for a job interview. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching to the end. Leave a comment below. What fragrances do you think I should have also featured in this list? What are some fragrances you like to wear for a formal occasion? Do you agree with this list? Do you disagree? Hey, let me know. This is an open conversation. I hope to see you in the next episode of The Fragrance Well, and I hope you have a great day.